Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Julie Montanaro. Jacob has the night off. For the first time, we're hearing from the family of a man shot by a Madison County deputy last month. They claim the shooting wasn't justified, and they want that deputy to face charges. Our Capital City correspondent Matt Hoffman spoke with Rodrick Johnson's father today. Matt, we've been following this case since last month. What's the latest?
Yeah, well, we have. You know, the family of Rodrick Johnson Jr. tells me he's still in the hospital. FDLE hasn't finished its investigation into the shooting yet, but the family is confident that the deputy who shot Rodrick should be brought to justice. Body camera video shows confusion reigning, not the other gunfire at that block party. As a large block party unfolds in Greenville, deputies hear gunshots, run toward the sound, and seconds later, a deputy shoots Rodrick Johnson Jr.
I had no justifiable reason to shoot my son. I mean, like, he never pointed a weapon at him. He never pointed a weapon at anybody else. Never pointed a weapon at another cop.
The Madison County Sheriff's Office says Johnson Jr. had a gun, and they recovered a handgun from his waistband. His father, Rodrick Sr., says his son was legally allowed to carry and never had the gun in his hand.
Nothing to do with it. Yeah. And then my son ended up getting shot wrongfully because of that.
Johnson Jr.'s attorney says he never fired his gun, and he was preparing to leave the party, not run from officers. The attorney wants the deputy investigated for attempted manslaughter, while the sheriff's office says deputies were investigating a 911 call about people with guns at the late-night party.
Standpoint, what we have is a lack of objectivity when it comes to, okay, was he brandishing a firearm or was he not? Because based on the video footage that we saw, he was not brandishing a firearm.
The sheriff's office of the deputy gave Johnson Jr. multiple commands to, quote, drop it, meaning the gun, and that the deputy involved is on leave while FDLE investigates. Right now, no one has been charged. An FDLE spokesperson confirmed Wednesday that they continue to investigate the deputy's actions, but not the other gunfire at that block party. Johnson Sr. says his son will have his 7th and hopefully final surgery this week. They're weighing their legal options once he recovers.
Okay, guys, before I start this video, so, you know, this story, a lot of things is not, you know, basically not even reached the mainstream media, but it's this young man named Rodrick Johnson Jr., right? So what happened was he was at a block party, and this incident happened in Florida. So he was at a block party, right? Remember, this is a good kid. He never been in trouble with the law. He was a righteous citizen and whatnot. So he was about to leave the party, and when someone called the police saying that they see teenagers full with guns, blah, 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 blah. So the cops came out, and then he heard shots rang out a block away. Now, I'm going to tell you once again, the deputy heard gunshots a block away from the block party. They don't know where the shots come from. So basically, they told, you know, Rodrick Johnson Jr. to drop the gun. Now, keep in mind, he didn't pull out the gun. He didn't point the gun at the deputy. None of that. He was one of the registered gun owners. This reminds you, and I'm going to say it like this basically reminds you of Fernando Castillo's situation. Only difference is that he was near his car. He's not inside of his car. But his gun was still in his waistband. He did not pull it out. He did not point it at the officer, none of that. So he got shot. Luckily, he's still alive to tell his story. But now, witnesses already said that the shooting was unjustified. Because, first of all, the officers do not have to shoot this young man. And even though he had a weapon, he was registered to carry that weapon. And he didn't pull the gun out and threaten the deputy at all. This is why I said that when it comes to stuff like this, and this is why a lot of people are tired and they don't trust the police. Just because he has a gun doesn't mean he's a threat to an officer. You just cannot just shoot at a person because he had a weapon. He didn't point it out. He's not even a threat. Matter of fact, I think he was cooperating. He was basically comply. When some people, since some people say, "Yeah, we don't comply. You don't comply to the officer." Now he did comply. But when you shoot a man that wasn't a threat to you at all, that is a problem. And I'm glad that the young man's attorney, Rodrick Johnson Jr.'s attorney, and everybody wants this deputy investigated, because that right there was unjustified at all. And then the gunshots he even heard is not even where Rodrick Johnson Jr. was located. It was a block away from the party. And the woman, basically, the neighbor who called the police saying, "Well, I see, teenagers full of guns, whatever." And that's why the deputy came out. Basically, that the young man shouldn't have been shot at all. I mean, did he have a weapon? Yes, he did. The difference is that the gun was registered by him. He was a good kid. He was a football player and everything. So yes, I believe that he needed to be investigated. He needed to be arrested for attempted manslaughter, and he need to be fired, because this guy shouldn't be a cop at all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.